Hi, welcome. This is the fourth video in training your dog for distance work. This is finding your dog's working distance. So what I'm looking at here will be to see what the base starting point is that I'll begin working with Koji. So I'm going to run some tests and they will tell me at which point Koji begins to disconnect with me, or what distance he begins to disconnect from me and starts losing interest in what we're doing. And the interest is because of distance, not because he's bored or anything else. So I've just used a tether rope that I've made up, and it's about 10 foot long, and that's just because there's a ditch here near the fence, and this is a bit lighter than normal lead. So because he's very sensitive on a lead, that if this gets a little bit tight at all, he'll immediately stop because he's not allowed to pull, and he just won't do what he's supposed to do. He'll get all confused. So I've used a lighter one with a little bit more distance, because as I've said, the dog's going to start looking at coming forward, because the dog's going to want to be here where we taught them. So until the dog gets the point that we don't want him here anymore, that suddenly now we want them away from us, he's going to want to come forward. And if he does, and this gets just the tiniest pressure on it, that's going to throw him right out. So this is a time saver. I don't want to start right up where I started if I don't need to. If I can be 2 or 3 meters back from him to start training, I'm more than happy to do that to save a bit of time. And it also lets me see his reactions before we start getting right into the training. So it lets me look at the dog, see his reactions to it, what he's going to do when he's confronted suddenly by, I don't want him here, I want him away, for these basic commands. And it's going to let me see all that type of a thing happen. So you get a lot of information out of it, as well as it can save quite a bit of time if you can step away from the dog a little bit. So when I'm testing, I'm going to start nice and close to the dog. Koji, sit. So I'm going to be the same distance I would be when I first taught this. Right, which obviously, Koji, down. Koji, sit. Good. Which obviously he should do fine. And this is the problem. He's on an auto sit. And so whenever he sits or whenever he goes down, he's on an auto stay, sorry, not an auto sit. So whenever he sits or whenever he goes down, he's automatically in a stay. But the confusion for him here is going to be, is I'm asking him to sit or go down. And he's always been taught that from this distance. So I've always been here, or I've been here, and I've said sit or I've said down. And then he's had to stay when I've moved away. So he gets that. But suddenly I'm going to ask him to sit or go down away from me, and the confusion for the dog will be he'll want to come to me. So he'll be a little confused. He'll be thinking I'm in a stay. But at the same time, for him, it'll be like me calling out of a stay, which I don't do. And he'll think that he needs to sit and do it. So one of the things that you also need to do when you're doing this until the dog gets it and simply stays, is keep going back over the stay. So in another lesson off to the side, when this is finished, I will be going back over auto stays and everything, so that he doesn't lose focus or what they are about. So that's important. If you've taught an auto stay with a sit or a down, is you reinforce that, to one side of this training. So keep that in mind, because the dog will get confused. Alright, so we'll be back here a little bit now, and I'm probably 3 meters from the dog. Koji, sit. Good. Down. Good. Koji, sit. Yes, good boy. Good. You'll see he'll just creep forward just a little bit, and that's just where he's not sure what's going on. Koji, down. Good. Koji, sit. Yes, good boy. And you've also got to try and keep this interesting enough to keep him going, because it's just boring as hell and confusing. So you've got to be careful, because the dog will want to play up a little bit. Koji, down. Good. And there's the trouble there now. You saw him jerk back because that lead's tightened a little bit. Koji, sit. Good. So I'll reset him. I'll come back. I'll treat him. Good boy with me. Good. I'll untangle him first, and I'll reseat him. Koji, down. Good. Koji, sit. And again you'll see he's confused and he wants to come forward. Alright, but I'll ignore that. Don't go crook at the dog or get angry with the dog. He's doing exactly what he was trained to do. And he's just being confused because suddenly I'm saying, I don't want you close, I want you away. And there's confusion there, no matter if you've got an auto stay or anything. So don't correct the dog for this. Be patient and understand where the dog's coming from. All he's trying to do is what I've trained him to do. Koji, sit. Good. Koji, down. That lead doesn't pull on him. He won't, he'll be all right at that distance. Good. Good boy. So we'll go back just a little further again now. We know he's out at 3 meters. And I'm out about 10. So we're about 7 meters out from him. Koji, sit. Good. Koji, down. And there's a lead pulling again. Koji, down. Good. So the struggle there is a lead. He's still listening to the command all right. Koji, sit. Good boy. Koji, hello. Good. Good boy. Now he's never done any of these commands at a distance, so the fact that he's even doing hello at a distance shows me he's listening very well. And there he's repeating it now because I said the word. So I know he's listening very well, which is a really good sign. So I'll step back another 2.5 meters here. Koji, down. Now we could claim that that is simply distance delay, but we're really not that far. So there's my first indication there's disconnection going on. It's just a delay as he processes what he's meant to do. So this distance right here on that indication is showing me he's going to struggle. Koji, sit. Good. Koji, down. Good. Koji, sit. Hello. Good boy. Or you might just prove me wrong and suddenly get the hang of it. Good. Good. So we'll just test him. I'll go back 1 more meter. So we're at 8 meters. Koji, down. Good. And you can hear that there. He's starting to struggle a little bit now. Koji, sit. Good. He's still listening really well, but he's just starting to show signs, just a little bit of frustration about what's going on. Koji, hello. Good boy. And we'll go back just a little bit more to make it a little bit harder. So we'll come right back to here. And what are we at? 5, 10, 12 meters here. So this will really push him because I've jumped back a little bit. Koji, down. Good. Koji, sit. Good boy. Koji, hello. Good boy. And you see, this is why this dog is remarkable. He was stretched at 7 meters. And as I've come out, he started to relearn what I'm asking. And so now he's doing it at 12. So, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop at 12. And this is the point I'll work, probably come back 1 meter. And I'll work at the 11 meter mark. So that's where I'll start with him. Even though he's still listening to me at 12 meters, he struggled twice to get there, but he's taught himself that that's okay. and then just accelerated on the learning. But I'm a little worried if he does that a few more times, that when I come out and go to do it, he won't be able to do it straight off. So I'll drop back to about 11 tomorrow when I do his first lesson with him. If he struggles at 11, I'll come back another metre, 2 metres if I have to, and start off and move out slower this time. But that gives me a good indication. At 7 metres, 7.5 metres, he was beginning to struggle. But then when I went back and gave him another metre, he'd learnt from that struggle at 7.5 and moved on and picked it up. And then he struggled again, you know, at the next level, and really looked like that was it. But then he's learnt, and that's testament to this dog. He's really remarkable in that. So, but when I come out tomorrow, I may have to come back a few metres. But we'll see how we go tomorrow. And again, it'll be the first actual lesson of a new video, so you'll get to see that as well and see where we get to start from. Alright, I hope this helps, and we'll begin actual training him tomorrow. Alright, until then, we'll see you later.